is up, everybody? Welcome back to another All the Talk, All the Sports podcast. I hope you all are doing great out there, and I'm looking forward to this episode today. We got the first round of the MLB Draft reaction video, because the first round happened on last Wednesday, and the second through fifth round happened on Thursday, I believe. So there were 5 rounds of total of the MLB Draft. Still, a lot of teams are signing free agents currently, because the rounds got cut short by 15. It was originally supposed to be 20 rounds, got cut to 5 rounds. So players are signing players that technically weren't drafted. So I know you'll see that on social media if you're following college baseball teams and MLB teams. You'll see them posting who they signed as free agents. Just wanted to clear that up. They cut 15 rounds. A lot of players that would have been drafted have seen their pro baseball careers, their baseball careers and their pro baseball hopes come to an end. Very depressing, but that's how it is, unfortunately, with the efforts of the MLB cutting 42 minor league baseball teams next season, 2021. A lot of minor league baseball players, MILB players, have been getting cut. Very devastating as well. Sad for those guys, seeing their baseball careers come to an end. So let's get right into our On This Day in Sports History segment. A little bit of a more recent one here I got for you. In 2015, on this day in sports history, the Golden State Warriors defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers 4-2, won it in 6 games. They were the 2015 NBA champs for that year. That's the On This Day in Sports History thing I got for you guys today. I just want to mention, I'm sorry, haven't been podcasting in a while. I think the last one I did was 2 some weeks ago. Sorry about that. Just haven't been feeling it, but we're back, getting back in the groove. Gonna be a lot of episodes coming your way. Next episode, I'm not sure if it's going to be the next episode, but we got a big series coming up for college football. If you're a big college football fan, make sure to tune into that. Once sports starts up, we'll be having probably 3 podcasts a week, but right now, not too much to talk about. So we just got the MLB Draft. That's some live sports that we saw, but I also want to cover one more thing before we get right into the reacting to the first round of the MLB Draft. The MLB, as you all know, is the league that's struggling to come up with an agreement to, in essence, return to playing baseball and actually getting in a season. Earlier this week, I'm just letting you know, I'm sure you saw it on social media. Earlier this week, Rob Manfred, the MLB commissioner, said there will 100% be an MLB season in the 2020 year. The MLBPA Players Association said, tell us where and tell us when. Like, cool tweet. They're ready. Fans are hyped. We're going to see baseball. Yesterday, Rob Manfred said, I'm not sure we're going to have a season baseball season this year. Absolutely unbelievable. Disgusting from the MLB. I can't believe that they cannot make a decision on what they're going to do. You see the NBA, the NHL, the NCAA, the NFL, everyone's got plans in place to return, and the MLB doesn't even know if they're having a season. It's unbelievable. NCAA football players have been reporting to practice, been seeing that on social media. NHL looking to get games in July. NBA still hoping for that July 31st start date in Disney. They all got plans, and MLB still doesn't even think they're going to have a season. Absolutely unbelievable. So let's just get over that and get right into our first round MLB Draft reaction video. So for the first pick of the 2020 draft, the Detroit Tigers selected Spencer Torkelson out of Arizona State. He was a first baseman at Arizona State in Tempe, Arizona, but they drafted him as a third baseman, which is very interesting because it's honestly not interesting. I take that back. I think when you're drafting a position player in the first round, you're mainly drafting them because of their ability to hit and their power, their batting percentage, bat on ball, the ability to not strike out. That's why you're mainly drafting them. But I think it is a little bit interesting to see them flipping because Spencer Torkelson says he's a first baseman / third baseman, but his primary position was first base. But the Tigers decided to take him at third base. Overall, good pick. Everyone thought this was coming. So after that, this is where things really got interesting from teams here on out. The Baltimore Orioles selected Heston Kjerstad, an outfielder from the University of Arkansas. The Razorbacks down there in, I forget what city they're in. Fayetteville. They're in Fayetteville, Arkansas. They drafted him out of Fayetteville, Arkansas, hometown Arkansas guy from the state of Arkansas. Really good player. I've watched this guy, a big Arkansas baseball fan, watched him a lot. He was a great role player to get Arkansas to back-to-back College World Series. Great as a true freshman. Knew he was going to get drafted really quick in his college career. But I'm surprised that the Orioles took him at number 2, but a really good pick for the Orioles there. Respected a lot. Miami Marlins had the 3rd pick of the MLB Draft. This one's a little bit interesting. They took Max Meyer, right-handed pitcher out of Minnesota. Probably the best right-handed pitcher in the draft, I'd say. He's not a tall guy, 6 foot, but he throws heat, absolute heat. Fastball touching 99, and that's really good for a Big Ten baseball player. I'm a huge Big Ten guy. Watch this guy a lot. Best pitcher in the Big Ten by far. I'm surprised to see him go this early, though, but good pick for the Marlins. I thought they would have taken a position player, but not a bad pick. But I think there were definitely some better overall pitchers on the board. So the Kansas City Royals had the 4th pick of the draft. Asa Lacy from Texas A&M, left-handed pitcher, big guy, really good player. In this season, he had a 0.75 ERA and went 3-0, but that's not saying much due to the fact that there were not that many games played. Big guy, throws absolute heat. Great pick for the Kansas City Royals. Look to see this guy in the pros next year, 2021. I can see that happening. Moving on to the 5th pick of the 2020 MLB Draft, the Toronto Blue Jays selected Austin Martin, a shortstop from Vanderbilt. This is who I thought the Orioles would have taken, or the Marlins. Really good player, reigning national champion. A lot of young talent in Toronto now. You got Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Bo Bichette, and now Austin Martin. That's going to be a great Toronto Blue Jays club in the next couple years. Look to see Austin Martin in the MLB next year. The Seattle Mariners took Emerson Hancock, right-handed pitcher out of Georgia. Not much to say here. Mariners needed a pitcher. They got one. I'm sure I would have taken Max Meyer, but they didn't have Max Meyer in the draft. His fastball could touch 97. Good pitcher for the Seattle Mariners. He'll move up in the organization quickly. Moving down to the Pittsburgh Pirates, number 7, Nick Gonzalez. This guy's an absolute beast. I know people are not going to agree with me on that. Shortstop, New Mexico State. That's the main reason, because he's from New Mexico State, not a big school. But I remember seeing on social media, this guy was jacking 4 home runs in one game. Unbelievable. Good pick for the Pittsburgh Pirates. I could see him in AAA next year for the Pirates in Indianapolis for the Indians. The first high schooler picked, the San Diego Padres had the 8th slot. They took Robert Hassel, a 3rd outfielder from Independence High School, Tennessee. I'm not a huge fan of drafting high schoolers. I think I like college because they have a couple more years of experience, but the Padres, this is, by the way, the first ever high school player to get drafted that late. 7 college players in a row. That would set a record. So moving down to number 9, another Colorado Rockies selected another high school player, Zach Veen, outfielder from Spruce Creek High School in Florida. A lot of outfielders going early, a lot of pitchers going early. Once again, not a big fan of taking high school players, but the Rockies thought so. Look to see this guy in Double-A in Hartford next year. Moving down to number 10, we got the Los Angeles Angels. They took Reed Detmeyer's left-handed pitcher from Louisville, second best pitcher, left-handed pitcher in the draft behind Asa Lacy from Texas A&M. Good pick for the Angels. I could see this guy being an absolute stud for the Angels in about 3 years. The Chicago White Sox took Garrett Crochet from Tennessee, left-handed pitcher. Good pick for the White Sox. Didn't think they were going to take a pitcher, though. I thought they would take a position player, but he's got a fastball sitting around 100. These college guys are unbelievable with how fast they throw. 100-mile-an-hour, 6'6", left-hander. Unbelievable. Good pick for the Chicago White Sox. Cincinnati Reds had the 12th pick. They took Austin Hendrick from West Allegheny, Pennsylvania. He's a high schooler, outfielder. So a pick for the Reds that I was not expecting there. I thought they would take a college guy, a little bit more experience. 13, the San Francisco Giants had this. They took the first catcher to go in the draft, Patrick Bailey from North Carolina State. I'm not too much about this pick. Don't have that much of an opinion. Giants sitting pretty, got a good farm system. Just stack their farm system a little bit more. 14 is the Texas Rangers, Justin Foscue from Mississippi State. Remember watching this guy last year, second baseman. He played outstanding in the College World Series. He's going to do good in that Rangers organization. Look to see him in AAA next year. The Phillies took Mick Abel, a right-handed pitcher out of Jesuit High School in Oregon. Phillies, they took Alec Baum last year, a good player. I'm close to Philadelphia. Reading, you could say, is my hometown team. Go there a lot and watch games. I remember seeing Alec Baum. This is going to be an interesting pick. I think you'll see this guy in AA Reading next season. Moving to 16, the Chicago Cubs took a hometown guy from Chicago, Illinois, out of Mount Carmel High School. Shortstop Ed Howard, good pick, staying in his hometown. I think he's going to be in AA next year as well. Like I said about these high school guys, not much you can say about him. You haven't really seen him against good competition, but I could see him in AA unless they could go to commit to college. 17th pick went to the Boston Red Sox. They took Nick York, second baseman from Archbishop Mitty High School in California. Red Sox, pretty stacked team. Good farm system. Good pick for the Red Sox overall. The Arizona Diamondbacks picked Bryce Jarvis out of Duke, right-handed pitcher. I'm really surprised about this. There were definitely better pitchers on the board still, but I could see him in AA next season. Duke, he's a really good pitcher. Had a chance to go lead his team to the College World Series for Duke baseball. Not a huge, big baseball program, but had a chance to this year. They were having an excellent year this year. For 19, the New York Mets took Pete Crow Armstrong, outfielder out of Harvard Westlake High School in California. Not much to say here. The New York Mets AA team is actually getting cut next year, so it'll be interesting to see who replaces that team. Number 20, this is the biggest surprise pick ever in the history of the 2020 MLB Draft. That's not too long, but the Milwaukee Brewers had this pick. I'm a big Brewers fan all the way. They took Garrett Mitchell, outfielder out of UCLA. A lot of mock drafts were suspecting Garrett Mitchell to go top 5. He fell all the way to 20. Excellent pick for the Milwaukee Brewers there. He's an outfielder from UCLA. UCLA was the best team in college baseball this year. Sad to see their season get cut short considering they haven't won a national title in a little bit of time. Garrett Mitchell, really good pick for the Milwaukee Brewers. Excellent. I could see this guy, because the Brewers have so many outfielders in the pro leagues, this guy's going to be AAA next year. Depending on if they trade guys away, he could be in the MLB next year. 21, the St. Louis Cardinals selected Jordan Walker, third baseman from Dakar High School in Georgia. And 22, the Washington Nationals selected Cabe Cade Cavilli from Oklahoma. He was a right-handed pitcher. Really good